Robinson. This is healing from the ground up. If you're a 5, 6, 7 or above healer, you probably don't need this. This is probably the way you rope. This is for the lower number roper that just hadn't quite got it all figured out yet as far as correct horse position. A few other things. I'm going to try to clear some of that up. First thing, you need to be able to swing a rope. Then this is not a rope swinging video, but you do need to be able to swing a rope. Ideally, as a healer, you want to be able to swing your rope over the steer, tip down, and at least swing once or twice over the steer. One thing that helps a lot is if you have a dummy that, like this dummy, it's got this slanted bar, kind of gets out of your way so that you can swing over it. This particular one is made by Stretch Roping Dummies. They're in Stephenville, Texas, and in my opinion, this is the most bang for the buck. Really works well. You can adjust it up and down. But that's the way you really want to be able to swing your rope. A lot of instructors, a lot of people, because they've been roping a sawhorse all their lives, they want to get back here and swing behind the dummy and then step up and rope it. Well, that works. Except that it's wrong. You're throwing your rope on the gain, and however you train or practice or whatever you do is going to come out when you get up on a horse. So you really want to be able to rope on separation, and I'll explain that in a minute. But anyway, the other thing is you want to let the rope come in contact with the right hock before you let it go, or as nearly as possible. Obviously that's not always possible, but that's the way you want to practice. So you want to be able to swing your rope over the steer, tip down, let it come in contact with the right hock before you let it go. The best way to practice that is with what we call swing through and catch, which is, you've probably all seen before, but you just didn't know how important it was. Well, it's very important. Try to learn how to do that. Try to do it, get where you can do it 10 times in a row without missing. A lot of people have trouble doing that, catching the rope. And another exercise you can do that's very similar, and it's actually kind of the way you want to heal, is to not let go of your rope at all, and just swing through and pick it up. Well, right there you've caught 2 feet, and so just get where you can do that. In fact, do both of them. Pretty simple stuff. Now, once you can do that, and you got that down where it's kind of easy for you and kind of smooth, it takes a little while to work on it. The next thing, and a real important thing that it took me 30 years to learn is horse position and where you want your horse in relation to the steer. And really, you want your horse to come in here nose to the flank. The flank's right here in front of the feet. Nose to the flank, just build yourself a wall right here. Not actually, but just in your mind, create a wall right here. Figure out kind of where your horse's nose is, and run in here, nose to the flank, swinging your rope, tip down with some momentum on it, and the momentum is what drives the rope through. You know, that's, so once again, everybody talks about timing and how you time the steer. If you've got a slow steer, you swing slow. You know, I don't like that. I don't do that. Watch the videos of all of the best ropers out there, and man, when they come down the pin, they're swinging that rope, and when they get over that steer, they let it go. You know, so get some momentum on your rope. I mean, learn how to swing it. All right, so now you got your horse wants to run nose to the flank. You swing over his back, tip down. The next thing that has to happen is your horse stops, or you stop your horse. Either way, you know, the first thing that stops in a team roping run is the heel horse. So you come in here, you know, you got your horse up here, nose to the flank, whoa, throw. So everything's relatively, you know, when we're on the ground on this dummy, you know, that steer's moving. You come in here and you say, whoa, well, that makes you back up. That's where separation comes from. That's what separation is. Your horse stopping, the steer moving. Header's moving, steer's moving, everything's going. So it's all in motion. Now, you know, once you understand those three things that you understand is nose to the flank, whoa, throw, dally. That's simplifying a really simplifying a pretty complicated process, which is called heeling. But it's really not that complicated if you just do this. All right, once you kind of have got the nose to the flank part, the whoa throw, which sound like whoa throw, and the whoa comes first, throw comes second. You know, then you want to try to make it as real as you can while you're standing on the ground. And the way to do that is to think of it as you're coming down the pin, you're 6 to 10 feet out from your steer, header's over there, you're both running, you're gaining on the steer, coming pretty much at the same time. If you can get up a little bit in front of him, that's better. Header ropes the steer. When the header ropes the steer, he slows down and dallies. Picks the steer up, steer's head comes up, and he rolls him around the corner. And when all that happens, it slows the steer down a little bit. When that steer slows down, that gives us time to come around the corner, gain on the steer, run nose to the flank, whoa, throw, dally. Now, so that's pretty much what you want to practice. I mean, obviously you can stand here and practice roping this dummy all day, but put some motion into it, you know. A lot of people want you to just stand here and rope it, or step up and rope it, which is wrong. So put it in motion. And then, once you've got it in motion and once you're doing it, start thinking of this. What you want to do is you want your horse to run nose to the flank. You're swinging your rope and swing your rope once or twice over the steer. At least once, maybe twice. Not really any more than that. So what happens is you come around here, nose to the flank, whoa, throw. And that's the way the big boys do it. You know, get to where you can do that. If you start practicing that and just let it become real natural and smooth to you, get that muscle memory going, swinging your rope over the steer, get up here closer than you think you're supposed to be, which is nose to the flank, rope him going away, you know, which is separation. So here you go, nose to the flank, whoa, throw. And then watch a million videos. God, it's so easy now to get on YouTube and watch these great ropers roping, and you think that they're, you know, they got them great horses come down there, slide sideways, and they're roping them out there, and you're thinking that they're throwing their rope 10, 12 feet. They're not. If they make a perfect run, they do it just like this. Now, you'll watch a lot of them. They'll still be swinging their rope like this, but they may not get as close as you think. But you can still get that rope through there, not let it go too much. You know, from back here with a decent sized loop, I can still do this. And that catches feet. So, I promised I wasn't going to say this, but I am. I didn't start roping until I was right at 40 years old. Like most people, I started out heading, just trying to catch something, trying to learn how to swing a rope. And then as I got older and got into it a little bit, you know, we're out there in the practice pen, started heeling a little bit. Then as I started getting older, I started to realize that they had changed the rules so that I could tie on and didn't have to dally. And I still got all my digits and I wanted to keep them. So I started tying on. Now, I finally figured this deal out. You know, after watching a lot of videos, went to a few schools, and figured this, how it's supposed to actually happen out. And within just a few weeks after I first kind of figured out this nose to the flank and row and throw, I went to a U.S. roping in Tennessee and won the first saddle I ever won. 73 years old, and I won the first saddle I ever won. And it was because I didn't miss anything that day. I mean, I was like, you know, in a zone that I had never been in my life. And since then, I've kind of really figured this out good, got it going good. It has really helped me. I hope it helps you. You know, see you down the road. Thank you.